How's it going, everybody? Wayne here. So you might have noticed the N64 Complete in Box Quest videos have slowed down a little bit. And it's not because I've slowed down on buying games. There's actually a lot of games here that I'm backed up on and I need to make videos for. The problem is I'm becoming more of a gamer. I've been sitting down trying to record the gameplay for these games, and next thing you know I look at the computer and I've been playing the game for over an hour. Not just the older games either, the new ones too. I've been playing Just Cause 3 on Xbox One, which I know it's an older game, but my wife was sick laying in bed yesterday and I played the game for 9 hours straight. Earlier this week I saw an ad for some sealed PS2 games and they were $7.50 each, so I went ahead to go pick them up, and to my surprise it was a 75-80-year-old man who came out of the car with these games in his hand. I'm like, that's weird. Maybe they were his kids or something, or his grandkids' games. But no, he went on to talk about how he doesn't need his PS2 anymore. He just bought a PSVR and he's been playing Gran Turismo. And I thought to myself, man, that's going to be me when I'm 75, 80 years old, still gaming it up. But until then, here's 10 more games that we'll be adding to the collection. Let's check them out. Na 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 na. So these 10 games all came in one lot, and the first one of those games is Beetle Adventure Racing. Beetle Adventure Racing was developed by Paradigm Entertainment and published by Electronic Arts, releasing for the N64 in 1999. Beetle Adventure Racing is a fun racing game for the N64. The very first thing you notice when you start racing is how solid the controls are. They feel right, the tracks are fun, and secrets can be found scattered throughout the course. If you're a fan of racing games, Beetle Adventure Racing is a good pick. It does have its downfalls. The game can be glitchy at times, but that's only a minor setback. The graphics are decent, the tracks are fun, and it's just a quality game to pop in and play. I'm not even a fan of Beetles, but the gameplay outweighs that factor. Beetle Adventure Racing is inexpensive and a good game. This game is worth adding to the collection. Beetle Adventure Racing is game number 138 for the N64 Complete in Box library. Next up we have a boxing game, Knockout Kings 2000. A game by EA Sports, Knockout Kings 2K, was released in 1999. Knockout Kings is a boxing game for the N64. I'm not a huge fan of sports games, but this game got me excited. There are a bunch of button combinations to choose from. You can jab, uppercut, and even headbutt. Right when you turn the game on, the music and animation gets you pumped. When I popped in the game, I expected to get bored pretty quick, but I had a good time playing the game. The graphics are decent, and the gameplay is fun. Knockout Kings 2000 is cheap, and if you can stomach sports games, give it a shot. Knockout Kings 2000 is game number 139 for the collection. Next up is one of my favorite games from when I was growing up, and that game is Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Rogue Squadron was developed and published by LucasArts and released for the N64 in 1998. Rogue Squadron is the last Star Wars games out of 4 I needed for the collection. Unlike the other Star Wars games, Rogue Squadron is strictly an air combat game. This is my favorite Star Wars games out of all 4. Rogue Squadron allows you to choose from many ships, depending on the mission. Each ship handles differently and has different abilities. The controls are good, and the aircraft has an automatic leveling system to help even the most novice pilots. The game is action-packed and will leave you on the edge of your seat as you try to take out the TIE fighters before they end your mission. If you like air combat games, Rogue Squadron is worth adding to your collection. It's another game that's inexpensive and fun. Star Wars Rogue Squadron is game number 140 for the collection. Next up we have a bowling game, Milo's Astro Lanes. Milo's Astro Lanes was developed by Player One and published by Crave Entertainment, releasing exclusively for the N64 in 1998. Milo's Astro Lanes is yet another bowling game for the N64. This bowling game is a little more wacky than the other ones. Starting off, you'll choose a character and a ball, which are all pretty interesting and unique. When you bowl, the power and curve are controlled by the stick. The more you push up on the stick, the harder you roll the ball. That's one thing I found interesting with all the bowling games on the N64. The controls don't mimic each other on any of the games. The graphics aren't great, but the gameplay sets itself apart from the other bowling games by adding power-ups. When you run the ball down the lane, you collect stars which contain power-ups. Wait too long to roll, and they disappear. Power-ups will allow your ball to grow massive, split into multiple balls, and many other things to help you win. You can also do things to the opponent's ball to destroy their roll. Milo's Astro Lanes is interesting and cheap. It's not a bad bowling game if you're looking for something a little different. And Milo's Astro Lanes is game number 141 for the collection. Up next, another sports game, NHL 99. NHL 99 was developed and published by EA Sports. It released for the N64 in 1998. Of course, NHL 99 is a hockey game, and it was in a weird place. Combine a real hockey game with an arcade hockey game. Once you figure out the controls, NHL 99 is pretty easy. It takes a little effort, but score away. At first the game seems difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes too easy. If you don't have the manual for this game, don't worry. It teaches you how to play in the game. If you're a hockey fan, NHL 99 is not a bad game to choose. You'll enjoy okay graphics with some decent gameplay. However, everyone knows to bust out Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey if you want a fun time. NHL 99 is game number 142 for the N64 Complete in Box Quest. Next up, a shooting game, Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was developed and published by Rare and released for the N64 in 2000. Perfect Dark is a first-person shooter. A sequel to GoldenEye, you'll play as Joanna Dark in a more enhanced version of GoldenEye. The graphics are great. The game actually requires you to have an expansion pack to play it. You'll work your way through a maze of doors to beat each level. The gameplay is fun, and the music is good. If you're into first-person shooters, Perfect Dark is definitely a game worth checking out. The controls feel good. You'll have no problem seeking out your enemy and destroying them. There's a good weapon selection, but ammo is limited. Perfect Dark is yet another inexpensive game that's worth adding to your collection. And Perfect Dark is game number 133 for the N64 library. Next up, a wrestling game, WWF No Mercy. No Mercy was developed by Asmic Ace and published by THQ, releasing for the N64 in 2000. Another wrestling game for the N64, No Mercy is the worst wrestling game so far. All the other wrestling games featured multiple moves with the A, B, and C buttons. No Mercy has few controls. All the players feature the same type of moves. In addition to the sparse controls, the camera angles are poor. Half the time you're viewing your player from behind the ropes. I found most wrestling games to be enjoyable on the N64. No Mercy is not so great. The graphics aren't the best, the intros are short, and the gameplay lacks excitement. If you're looking for a fun wrestling game on the N64, there are many better games to choose from. WWF No Mercy is game number 144 for the N64 Complete in Box library. The last three games in the lot were duplicates, and they're Turok 2, Seeds of Evil, Turok 3, Shadow of Oblivion, and Extreme G. This lot of 10 games cost me $133 shipped, and at $133, that brings our total up to $8,342 for the N64 Complete in Box Quest. Let's get these games on the shelf. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe. I'll be collecting the entire N64 library, complete in box, right here on this show. Also make sure to leave a thumbs up for Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Until next time, I'm Wayne, and thanks for watching.